Hello and welcome back to Vintage Story on the Aura Fairy server, and I have found my new place. Went to our new spawn and just traveled a bit, and I have the start of kind of like an outline of things of what I want to put down here. It's just a couple little buildings, got a little bit of dock. I had a nice view of the mountains and some trees and a whole lot of water, so I thought this was kind of an interesting place, and we're far enough south. So I have a bit of a plans. It might change a little bit, but like I want to put some stuff down here. We got the dock started there. Going to put a dock going south, and then we have a road going up north to like the blacksmith, and then a road over. I have a couple pins temporarily for stuff. Kind of want to do like a warehouse and like mines up here where that mountain opening is. And things like a tailor, and I go down here and do reed farming there, and probably some fishing something down the water, and I have barns and fields, and put the pastures out to the side, so we'll have to move that stuff. And of course also in this game we have the greenhouses, so I'll probably want to put like a row of those types of things. And over here is just like this big old hill and stuff, so no trees, but I was thinking that could be an interesting place to just plant a whole lot of trees there and then have a gather. But all the mushrooms and stuff, of course, are naturally in the forest to begin with, so I don't know, I might put a little second one over there or something. But I have hopes of putting like little houses or maybe a few things around the edges here and kind of mixed in with it, so that we can have a little community thing here. Finally have a thing to use aged wood for. I was happy about that. I like the look of it on these. So I got a start of what I think I want to put the road down on. And I kind of just started building a structure. I thought maybe I might need shelter for a little bit. I don't have the roof on it, obviously, but figured having something there might be good. At least, you know, I could change it later or whatever. But I definitely did need to get something down for the blacksmith. I have little trapdoors here for smoke and stuff, and plan on chiseling this out so that we can put the forge in the middle of it. And I really needed to get an anvil down because I needed to start getting some things made, which meant also I didn't have the molds, and so I had to make that up too, because I only took a couple like a box of things and stuff with me, and went around and tried to find a place, and I kind of ended up liking this area after stopping at least a couple of other places. Basically it's kind of like these hills on the outside, and then we have this big huge mountain up here, opening, not sure what to do with the mines there. But then as we travel to the east, we have this hill I need to lop off, which should be easy. It's not a big one. And our temporary pins, I found some chickens, so I just figured, okay, quick corral them in, because those are a pain to move. And then of course we had some sheep as well, so I figured just catch them while they're in the area to make it a little bit easier. And then we can start breeding them and such. But this area over here has like kind of a natural wall. It's like a little bowl shape here, and we have another little hill that'll need to get plowed down a little bit, and then we have a whole bunch of different kinds of forest and little lakes, little ponds, not lakes, but we're kind of on a lake. I wish it was kind of a little bit bigger, but we have all the things that we need. If we, you know, like for instance the reed farm is going to go over here, and we can just collect the reeds from any other place because there's plenty of them around. And I liked it because it's also relatively flat, and I didn't want to mess with too much terraforming. But we'll get the rest of that dock in and then see what else I want to kind of do around the lake and all these points of interest to take care of. So I got a little more of the dock done, and I experimented a little and found out these pile of sticks can go on top of the water. You have to place them in such a way that you can click on another block, but I thought for dock things that are like kind of in the water, this will end up working out pretty good. So got both sides done, not quite finished. And then we have our temporary bushes that will move a little bit later, and did a little bit more to the road to refine it. And we'll need to get a whole bunch of lighting set up for this. And another reason why I need to get the whole blacksmith sort of stuff situated. So got more kiln things going on. And the road, I wanted to get that put in because we are getting halfway through the year, because if we're going to do anything, you have to have enough food, and if you get the food planted, at least you can get something going in the barn. I don't that'll be a little bit later, but the fields need to get taken care of right here. I was thinking of doing a 10 by 10. Might be a little bit too big, but we'll have to see about that. And of course, getting the animals moved over, it's not a high priority, but it would be really good. Did get a start of an apiary because, well, if we're going to get lighting done, you need to get candles. So you kind of have to do a whole bunch of things at once. Alright, so that's a little bit more finished. It's now October, and I managed to get some stuff in. Still need to refine a little bit of the land. I have to kind of figure that out, but I don't want to cut off too much of it. I want to keep it a slow rolling hill, I guess. And this will be the next project afterwards, because now that we're going to start to get crops and stuff in, I'm going to need a place to put it and such. And got a lot of like lawn mowing, because I'm probably going to use a whole bunch of hay. So at least I got some of this down, and we can pick it up and eat it during the winter, make stew and stuff. And I wanted to get some sort of grain crop as well, so that we can start giving it to the animals. So they have been moved over. The chicken pen, it's not really a small pen, they have their own little pond. But I wanted to make sure there's enough space. I got eggs all over the place. I'm going to have to put down the new nesting boxes for the hens. And we don't have many sheep, but hopefully it'll take a while because we only got one female in there. And we'll have to get them going. Oh, I missed that. This is kind of important because I used a bunch of terra preta. I think I ended up doing 8 by 10, so that's 80 pieces about there, give or take a piece or two. And wow, there's a good bit of it in here. So I kind of need a bit more. Thinking about that, I might need to do more crops. There's tons of seeds, but I don't think I can do a crop field for each of them. But that's kind of, what we can use some of the greenhouse for, is put stuff in there as well. But that will require me getting some glass, and that'll be a little bit of time before that, because priorities, things that need to get done otherwise here too. Yeah, there's a good chunk of it. I always like finding a nice chunk. It's kind of disappointing when you only find like 6 or 7 pieces that are on the edge of a hill, and then you feel really disappointed. And the trick, of course, is to always just shave a hillside off just a little bit. Make it a little bit more rounder, and that's how you can get some of your dirt. I know I have plenty in the chest. We'll get some additional roads or paths in here and make it a little bit easier to walk around. And get the last couple pieces. Okay, well that's good. That will help me get a little bit more food put in, and that'll of course cover plenty of food for animals. It'll look a little bare, but that's the nice thing about this game. It will fill itself in. I'll have to fill that back up. And so probably, oh, little bunny, probably go back here and add in 2 more fields. I know we got the greenhouses down this way, but we'll have to cover up a hole. There's a couple holes around here, but it's been pretty rich in the necessary stuff like copper and lead. I'm not going to have any problem making lanterns here. It'll be really nice, and the lanterns I want that it can like fit on top of here. But however I'm going to finish that, it's going to be nice. So here's our little cranberry bog. So it's not going to last all winter. That's what the carrots and the other stuff is for. But I first thought about putting gravel and stuff underneath it, and of course it messed up the water, but I figured if it's a bog, the water kind of needs to be around it. But we'll start getting into more structures in this plan next time. Thanks for watching, and see you later.